And should be good.
All right, Carbo, send a message to your friend to tune in.
I have.
I'll
Nice.
get a notification.
Alrighty. So to start, who would like to lead a recap?
I remember.
Go for it.
All right, we were going on a ship, and there was a fisherman, and he was like a cow person, and he was like, "Well, if they catch me for doing illegal things, I'll just pretend to be stupid." And everyone was like, "That's really sad, actually." And then we got the kid across, and she was like, "Okay, I'm off to school," and starts booking it. And so we start booking it, and then we get chased by the cops, and then we lose the kid. But now we're in the alleyway talking.
Yes, you also did a wee bit of shopping. And the current goal, from what I hear, is kind of going back to the desecrated acres situation, getting that resolved, but kind of more of a short-term thing. So there was a list created last week of goals that you guys currently have. Let me hold that up. Should have pinned it, but lo and behold, I did not. Where's it at? Wow, y'all yap a lot. Never mind. All right. So current list of goals is the food situation for the desecrated acres, short term and long term. Finding out where Layla's bards went.
Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, as they are still currently MIA. Neela, the schoolgirl that you guys kind of mentioned that ran off, eventually bringing her back. She said she would be gone for a few hours, but you guys will wait at the dock or do whatever is required to get her back home safely. And then events transpiring in the area of northern Weathermount through whatever means. And that means asking around, investigation, kind of putting 2 and 2 together on certain things. It just depends on the route you guys take. So I wanted to open up as we've had some goals going on as you guys have been going through Gelvendary. But I noticed that since we were switching from the prior campaign to this campaign setting, that I didn't really discuss a lot of what's going on with what you guys are doing now. Been kind of trying to play it by ear by your guys' goals, but at the same time, I think it's kind of good to know the potential or what I low-key have planned as options, just to kind of keep everything moving in a direction nonetheless. Just so even if you don't have a goal, it's like, oh, well, what can we do with X, Y, or Z? So I initially designed this campaign to be a little bit of political intrigue, a little bit of kind of assembling your own team or infrastructure. And with there are, of course, different events in the area. I guess the primary thing, and I think I might have said this before, but I'll re-emphasize, is that there are the 6 individuals who have reached godhood. They are technically mortal. A lot of it is kind of like propaganda, so to speak, or them living for very large amounts of time. With that, though, some minor goals are, of course, helping out the different towns, as you guys are kind of doing with the Desecrated Acres and somewhat with Weathermount at the current moment. Not that you guys have any goals in Weathermount that are helping the people yet, but you will find issues here. I think it would be a good idea. Is there anything you guys are interested in pursuing?
Rebellion.
Rebellion, yes, that is very much so on the list. That actually kind of ties into the political intrigue aspect of things. And when I say political intrigue, it's not like you guys already have gone to court, funnily enough. It's not that kind of political intrigue. It's just figuring out how the different cities work and what's going on, and of course, finding secrets within them. But Rebellion is definitely on the list. I knew that was going to kind of resonate with your character, and that's why I was perfectly fine with you building a character from here in the other setting.
Yeah.
One, to bridge the gap, of course, but also because I thought that would be very fitting.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll go down the list. Sarah, playing Layla, what are you interested in a D&D setting?
Oh, circle back to me.
Okay, Chase. What do you or Maladin kind of want to do in D&D? Just kill things is an option. There are quest lines associated with that, but I wanted to get like a general idea of what would make you satisfied with D&D.
I was gonna say do missions to save people, but that makes Maladin sound a lot more altruistic than I was thinking.
Fair enough.
But along those lines, I would say.
Okay. So rebellion / just
I'm fine with working
different
with Lou
quests
for
and
like
sequence.
doing the current quest, yes.
Yay! We're
Yeah,
best friends. He's hanging
That's good.
with us because we're best friends.
It would have been hilarious if he was like, "Dog,
I
have
wanna
hated this
leave.
quest line for the past 4
I'm tired of these people.
four
I don't like any
sessions."
of them. Even Pugnat
Yeah.
I hate.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I dragged him here. I expected to kick him in the water and feed the fish and just keep going.
I brought him here to die. I can't believe he's
Yeah.
lived this long.
Hmm.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Oh, I
So,
also think that I like fulfilling personal arcs with
yes,
NPCs, with other PCs, and etc.
absolutely. Which we haven't necessarily. We've tried to kind of talk to the NPCs about what they want to do. There are branches that are still there that haven't been found yet of like their own quest lines.
Oh my gosh, Ronan mini quests.
Renane's does exist, yes.
Ah.
Renane has one that I know of. Pugnat has one. Honestly, I have one for Leon, but not for Orion
That makes sense.
or Arias. My
That
apologies.
makes more sense.
Get away from his brother.
Fair enough. So we know about 6 out of 7 characters currently and what they would like to do.
I love that you
Sarah,
have to double up on the amount because you have so many NPCs.
I sure do. I have to think about
There's
it.
more NPCs than we have players.
That's fun.
Correct.
I really like that.
In the party.
Okay, well that's a little rough.
Which I mean, they will eventually fall off. Like you guys are technically 1 level above them now, I believe.
Okay, but I'm taking Ronan with me everywhere.
Sure. I mean, if you want to take him into like
To the
deserted
grave.
area, and you're like, "Don't worry, buddy, I'm level 20. I'll get you through this," and a Tarrasque just jumps out of the canyon and
Please,
smacks his level
no.
6 behind, I think
No,
I'd-
I'm gonna get a dog carrier of holding. Okay.
absolutely,
It's
yeah,
gonna
that
be
makes sense.
fine.
I'd still
Lots of
like the
heads sticking
idea
out.
of Ronan being better than Lou, even while like capped at like level 6.
That'd be
He's gonna
hilarious.
be better than Lou for a while now.
You guys are
At
equally
least-
matched. Ronan will be playing like Dark Souls
Oh my
and having
god.
to dodge roll in space
my
and
God.
cleave at something for like 2 health.
Oh, I would love nothing more. He's
Jeez.
playing a different genre.
He is indeed playing a different genre. What role am I playing? The fucking victim? But yeah. Sarah, do you need more time or do you
No,
kinda
I have
know?
so much to yap about. I was given too much time.
Lovely.
Okay, first off, I think you're a good DM. I've had a lot of fun playing so far, so I don't want anything I say to come as like, this needs to change. No, I'm having a lot of fun.
I'm gonna change everything based on specifically what you say next.
Okay, even better.
No,
Gosh,
I'm kidding.
so glad I didn't say that out
Thank
loud.
God, I was
Alright.
hoping for that.
Second, I was wondering what your plans are for NPCs moving on, if they're going to just be like people we don't have around, or if strictly for flavor we could say, oh, they're in a fight so that they're there, but we don't have them actually do anything and also not get hurt, so that like the lore.
Right. So I'll say for flavor, I'm gonna kind of leave that choice up to you guys.
Yeah.
So if you guys are going to be utilizing them in combat, they will be a target, although I've kind of kept the focus off of them. Except for, of course, when Ronan displaced himself and Maladin is
Yeah.
in front of 3 zombie deer monsters.
And he
Uh,
killed all of them.
I don't think they're gonna be like, "Who is this guy?" and just keep going on. No, they're gonna
Yeah.
attack. If there's ever a point where you're like, "I am worried that my pet is going to die here,"
Yeah.
you can kind of choose. Like, we can do like a dialogue scenario where you kind of talk to them, and you're like, "Look, this is kind of getting dicey. This is a performance review, and you're not holding up. If you don't mind like sitting in the outskirts or making sure you don't get too close, that works perfectly fine by me."
I feel like Lou's not allowed to say that until he can actually punch Renee.
Maybe, who knows?
I think that's when Renee has to retire.
Yeah. But that is also the gamble of you all kind of having like your character, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Okay.
that's the plans for them.
Well, leading into what I really like about that campaign is something that's been going on that I really like is that every area we go to, at least as far as after the tutorial, has been to do with someone's character quest. Because that's the big thing about D&D for me. It's exploring our own and others' characters and growing and dialoguing with them.
Yeah.
And combat and the rest of the stuff. Like, that's cool too. I enjoy that. But I like seeing character growth, specifically for the better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And interactions. Lots of interactions.
Gotcha. Yeah. I don't think it'll ever turn into a point where you guys are just like needlessly going on quests. That's like, oh, this goblin encampment, hoorah! Like,
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
would.
it's possible, but you would always be doing like the growth of the city or people around you. So even if it's not like an NPC that you guys have with you or like yourselves, you might be helping someone in town and get more information about their story or the story of the continent itself that leads to other things. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping to keep growth consistent,
Yeah.
Excellent.
which of course leveling will kind of slow down depending on what you guys are fighting, but that's its own thing.
What if I fight Lou? Would I level
Please
up?
no. No, I think you'd lose a level.
No,
I
you
won't.
wouldn't lose a level. You would just have a fighter that may or may not die in the next event.
Oh,
What?
alright.
Because if you like you use all your resources, right? Like fighting a
Oh
friend,
yeah. Oh yeah. No, you're right.
and then going back to the priorly mentioned thing, like a Tarrasque leaping out of a cavern,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like, well, I'm out of health potions and I can't mend my wounds. Time to die.
Yep.
Zach, do we have to be worried about a Tarrasque
No,
asking for a friend?
no,
It's
not
just-
currently.
Seems like
Except for
it's-
Lou's mother's chicken that is named Tarrasque.
Okay.
Oh yes,
Well, that makes
definitely. It was the rooster that fluffed when you guys approached.
Exactly.
Right. Sounds good. Well, with that in mind, how do we want to continue? We have the 4 tasks that we kind of talked about. You guys can completely branch away from that if you would like to. But I guess I will ask, where do we want to pick up?
Hmm.
I will also say, because this is a good thing to mention now, saying that you guys kind of take some time to chill or wait for an event to happen that you want to go to is acceptable. Time moves, of course, things will happen, but at the same time, it also gives you more opportunity to see things arrive, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Somewhat roaming / time-based events will occur.
Okay.
I'm kind of terrified to know what those are.
Some of them, maybe.
The queen finally catches up to us. I've been chasing
Oh
you
gosh,
fuckers
oh
for
gosh.
years.
We put a
Oh, I will
beacon
say-
in your neck, Lou. Fireball.
Gosh. They put a chip in him.
You were part of my suicide squad. That's what you don't remember.
Ooh. Say it ain't so.
I will not go.
I will not go. That's correct. I'll turn the lights off and you can carry me home.
Layla dies. Cause DMCA.
YMCA? It's called the
DMCA.
State of the
Young man.
No,
Well,
don't stop.
Lou does have a shopping list.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, he's getting groceries.
He is pretty much getting groceries. He needs like rations and clean water.
Just like me for real.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Me too, Lou. Me too.
Just like
Uh,
he doesn't know how much he needs.
Okay. Well, I can kind of give you a price. So,
That would be helpful.
believe it or not, rations are going to cost a little bit more because they are preserved.
Oh,
Compared
yeah.
to buying food or something at like a fish market or something, which is abundant within this area. And of course, if you're trying to buy, let's say, something fancy like wine or ale or something like that, of course, it's going to have a price that fluctuates depending on what you're
Yeah.
getting. Which I don't think you're going to really purchase any of that because you have the flask of
Yeah.
liquid per day.
I think it's important to just get food that we can get enough of to last them a while.
Okay.
That's not going to go bad because I worry about meat going bad. I do worry about even the vegetables.
Right, of course. Okay, so rations are going to be 5 silver. And as I mentioned, the fish are going to kind of run a little bit lower. I'm going to say like fish is going to be 2 silver, depending on where you go and what kind of fish you get.
Now, could we get dried fish?
I would consider that at ration price.
Okay.
So it would be more of a flavor thing than it would like a different market, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Of course, the fish situation is going to be kind of limited as the current plague among fish that you guys have kind of run into. No one wants to eat something with a third eye that's wanting to know all its secrets.
Yeah.
Why not?
It's bad for the gut health.
Tell me your lifestyle. Stop eating me.
Yeah. No one's tried to
Eating me
eat one
won't
of the.
save you.
Yeah, I mean that would probably be more along the lines. Do you have inspiration? That's good.
I have inspiration.
Gotta
I'm
use it.
Like
I know.
99%
Yeah.
sure we've all had it because we haven't had combat for like 4 sessions.
That is correct.
I'm
Yes,
okay with that.
which is on the horizon. I have a couple events.
There you go.
Just so that's not much of a warning. It's more of a don't worry, your bloodlust will be satiated soon.
Yay.
Well, hey, Roname.
Yes.
Question for you. How many people are in the desecrated acres that can't really feed themselves, that need assistance, that need rations?
You're asking about how many people in the desecrated acres cannot take care of themselves. Yes.
Okay, just all of them, yeah.
Well, yes, nothing's growing. There's no farming food. Some people have probably tried the same thing we did and run into abominations. But as for most of the people, well, except for like the prisoners, I feel like they get food. We don't see them asking or requesting any aid. Of course, they're prisoners; they could have their own agendas. But as for them asking for food and help, not really. No, I think they might be taken care of by warden, which is weird.
We should really consider stealing from the prison more.
I mean, we could, yes. I mean, in one way or another, once you're seized by them, they kind of take all your gear and give you mining equipment. It seems that most prisoners pay off their fines and fees by working in the mines, but they're also somewhat well kept.
I
He
thought
kind of does like a wincing situation where he's like, I don't exactly know what that means, but no one does.
you were gonna say they give them soap.
Well, you know
Renee,
that. I bet the warden has money.
he could. I mean, he's got to be doing something. As far as I'm concerned, he has a deal with the knights and paladins of Galvandaria as a whole. The tariffs and everything they collect. I mean, I'm sure he gets a cut.
So we could definitely take some of that. We could take a cut of that cut.
We could try.
I mean, we're like,
Believe it or not, we really haven't had or attempted that in the past.
really, you know, I know you said we weren't bandits. I feel like that's more of just like a you thing, though. I feel like we must have committed some level of theft, though,
Well,
right?
you see, it's like the story they used to tell. It's like a robin cap or something.
Yeah.
We did everything for the betterment of the people, so being bandits doesn't really help with a solution. So directly opposing Morden, while it may have crossed our minds, we didn't necessarily act on it because there would be backlash, not only on us, but as the people as a whole. People started joining us and attempting to overtake the prison or the mines or anything going on with the knights. Warden would retaliate, and we knew that.
Okay, that makes a little more
So
sense.
it's possible, and I mean, if Nulu would like to be more of a bandit,
Nulu.
I will say I may or may not have been on the yay side of that argument, and you've talked me down before.
You should be nicer to New Lou then. I think we're more similar now.
Well, if he has a mean streak, I'm all for it. But I would
Didn't
like
I-
to see more of old Lou as well. We're gonna have to kind of balance that, I think.
All right, I'll balance it as well as I can for someone who only has the memories of the one of them.
Right.
Yeah, you.
We could also look into that. I mean, what have we even thought about how to get your memories back?
It's been on the agenda. I really don't know how. The only time I've gotten anything back is watching someone be brutally gorged to death. And I don't really want to do that again.
What was that Pugnat? I'm asking.
No, that was the rabbit.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, Pugnat didn't do anything.
And Ronan kind of you can hear him cracking the knuckles of his right hand, and he's like, so it was brought on by trauma?
Yeah, not physical trauma, so maybe, ease up.
Keeps cracking knuckles.
Right. Well, I mean,
You know,
there's gotta be
I've-
more than just traumatic experiences. And I'm guessing you didn't get anything back when we were with your mother because you remember a decent bit of that, do you not?
Yeah, I remember most of my childhood. It's just, the teen years that get fuzzy.
Just anything to do with you, Ronan doesn't remember.
Hey, listen, we're not saying the quiet part out loud.
And you see Ronan start to go deep into thought.
I think you've hurt his
Well-
feelings.
No, he's fine. He's thinking. That's his thinking face. He doesn't do it very often.
What do you mean I don't do this often?
See?
Sometimes you miss it because I'm trying to think, and then you get drunk and pull a quip at a local bar.
Hey, I haven't
person,
gotten
and then
drunk since before we ran back into you.
It's
maybe
true, I was
that's
there.
the problem.
No, I don't think so. The last time I drank,
Oh.
someone died.
So let me throw a hypothetical out there. What if at some point, it doesn't have to be now, but we tried to do missions like the ones you don't remember?
That could work, yeah.
Which, I mean, if we continue to go around here helping people and, the usual, I'm sure that one will come up eventually that fits the bill, but we'll have to see.
It's not a bad idea.
Right.
It's a good idea, actually.
Well, I'll get to thinking on that, but
Yeah. You just think of the old missions we used to do, like Like whatever it was we did.
Yeah, I don't really know where you were going with that, as you
You know, maybe I thought it'd come to me.
Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah, so Ronan kind of has a task now. He will begin trying to think of more
Yeah.
missions.
Wait, but also another task. How many people are in the Desecrated Acres?
Well, the issue is how many you are hoping to help currently, and for how long. So it could easily
Ugh.
be 50 plus people. So depending on how long you think of helping them, it
Well,
becomes
we've
an
got
issue.
some level of money. If we got, you know, if we planned for 50 people and we
Mhm.
got a week's worth of rations for each person, and rations are 5 silver. Lou pulls out his
Everyone's favorite part of
calculator.
D&D, math. Yeah.
Handy dandy calculator. Lou, what is that? I don't know.
Hey, don't worry about it. Then that's
It's gonna be 350. Wait, what am I saying? Yeah,
17.
350.
How?
It would be 350 people.
Oh, 350 people. No,
Well,
three.
no, it's
Okay,
it's
no,
50
3
people
times
for a
50.
full week, which is 50 times 7.
3 times 50 times 7.
God, now I'm doing that. If you wanted to feed 50 people for a full week, that's going to be 1,750 silver. Or
Which is 175 gold.
gold pieces.
Which is like most of our platinum, but not all of it. That's like 17 and a half platinum. We'd have money left over.
Yes. And just for my knowledge, who has the bags of holding and similar objects?
I have one.
Excuse me. Okay.
Layla should have one. We didn't get 2.
I think you got a bag of holding and a haversack, correct? Or am I
No.
misremembering?
I got the sack. I did not get the bag of holding. I don't know
Also,
if anyone
your partner decided to make a comment of this is what we're trying to make more convenient with the app.
Yep.
Oh no.
The buying
Yes.
process, it's called a calculator.
No, the
It already
buying process
exists.
isn't the
Also,
main problem. It just comes up sometimes.
also, hello, welcome, and this is what yapping looks like.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a yap session.
Ration
Oh my-
tracking.
Wait a second. Wait. I need to pause. I'm so angry.
Oh,
At me?
No. Callie, you remember I was going to that anime convention and I couldn't go, but I was on the way. I was cosplaying. I was ready to go. I had to turn around midway. I just found the missing accessory that I couldn't find.
Oh no.
So angry.
Oh no.
This is ridiculous. Anyway, I'm sorry. Please continue.
You're all good. So the reason I was asking about what you guys purchased is because they have a spatial limit and I think a weight limit.
Yes.
I'm more worried about the weight limit currently. Because each rations, which, let's see, I think they consist of a full day of rations, correct?
Yeah.
So each one weighs 2 pounds.
Oh.
So it's a hefty bag of food, so you don't get malnutrient.
Okay, so that's 700 pounds.
Dang. Okay.
How much does the haversack hold again?
Oh,
It's divvied
question.
into each pocket.
yeah. So let me look. Click.
I'll look
Each-
up a bag of holding while you do so on your end.
Okay, 2 side pouches. So that's 40 plus 80. 120. but
Okay,
I already
so-
have stuff in there.
And a normal bag of holding can hold up to 500 pounds.
Here's what I might do. I might use some of the platinum to get. Oh, but then crap, this is tricky. So we could give the bag of holding to the fisherman then, and he could put more food in there. How much was the bag of holding again?
Crap.
Yeah.
Did I say like 50 gold, I feel?
Okay. That would be
If that's
5 platinum.
that is incorrect. Jesus Christ.
Hey, you're the boss, man.
No, I'm talking about the prices people have on the internet. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
why would you charge that much? They're not 25,000 gold.
Oh my gosh. You can buy like a down payment for a house for that much.
I feel like I said somewhere between 50 and 75 because the website you said 101 to 500, and I was like, that seems a little expensive.
Yeah. You put I did write it down. You put 175
Okay,
for a bag of holding.
okay, that makes sense. So I did have the 75 in the number.
So that would be that would eat up most of the platinum.
It would, yes.
And while Lou technically has enough gold for that, party might not be able to eat for a while.
And just talking about your capstone, by the way, just taking a
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
deviation. It might be nice to have, because this is one thing that I don't think is currently on the ones we use, is like a gold calculator. So like you enter each individual piece. So like you have like copper, silver, electrum, and gold, and it tells you like a total, like we'll say gold quantity because that's typically what people talk about. And then like an auto calculator. So if you use 1 gold to pay for something that costs 5 silver, it instantly transmits to 5 silver pieces left over.
Implement a store system.
That would be cool too, actually. But that's more
It's
of a
also gonna take-
DM-sided thing, not a player thing.
Quite a bit of
Oh, it's going to
indexing.
be player and DM centric.
Okay, that would be amazing then.
I will put these as new possibilities. Yeah, thank you. Cool. Anyways,
There's a lot of
Depending
items
on
in
when you guys
D&D.
get that running, I could try it out and give my feedback. But
I would love to have a playtest.
I'm not gonna use you guys as free labor. I know this
Well,
is like-
Yeah, but we'd be using you as a free guinea
Test
pig.
source, yeah.
Ah, yes.
It evens out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so how much space is there left in the haversack? Like weight.
I don't know. See, I said I was moving things over and then I didn't because I lied.
So you could wait on moving things over.
That seems like it would be like being helpful.
That would be very helpful and very cool of Layla.
And I am perfectly fine with that occurring as well if you wanted to say you held off.
Yeah, okay.
But I
So
would argue if you were to put the rations into there, you would have to hand the handy haversack to the
Hmm.
Verbolg.
oh,
if he
or
isn't
we could
carrying it. Or you guys can. That's fine too.
yeah, we could just I'm trying to think.
I'm not letting go of my bag, my precious,
Yeah.
beautiful bag.
Because it would be really useful to get him a bag of holding. I think that would help out a lot. However, then we can't really do much in the way of feeding people for very long.
We just need like a portal. Toss food in,
Yeah.
pull up. Hey, don't we know that guy who can teleport? Can't we just go
Yeah,
ask
but
him
he's
to make a
not on the
portal?
continent anymore.
We can find him.
He also
That sounds like a whole quest.
He also took quite a bit of gold. from
Wow.
you.
Yeah.
to
Oh, yeah. You're right.
transfer.
Like on purpose? I don't think so. I think it was an accident.
We did have to pay him a lot.
That's not relevant. It's not bringing up the past.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
and just to keep that on the table, Ronane said that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's getting surgery. Okay. I'm sure you can hear.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. This is getting out of town.
Is Kate's knee doing better?
A little bit, yeah. I saw her walking around without the crutch,
Oh, sick.
kind of hobbling, but
Yeah. As one does.
Anyways.
Sorry,
I think it
I'm
would be
getting-
better if we just got as
Sure.
much food as the haversack could carry. And then we take it over to there. We give the rest of the platinum to Scatha, so she would be able to figure out a deal with the fishermen, like a more proper deal.
Okay, so 2 pounds each. If the total for the haversack is 120 pounds,
Yes, I think.
you can purchase 60 rations, and at 5 silver each, that's gonna cost 300 gold.
Okay. Wait, that. So that'll be 30 platinum.
I'm sorry, 300 silver, which is 30 gold.
Okay. So
My
3 platinum.
apologies, yes.
So I think we'll do that.
Okay.
So minus 3 platinum. I get 60 rations.
Correct, yes.
Okay. So we can fill that. We can go ahead and do
Hey.
that.
And you essentially buy out the local market of rations.
Oh no! Oh no! You know what? They have other food. They'll be okay.
Yes,
I'll be
totally.
right back.
Any adventurers passing through here will be like, "What? Absolute
Who
jerk!
the hell?
What asshole!"
Yeah.
Oh
What
my
one
god!
guy needed to eat for a total of like 5 months.
Listen, lose a hungry boy.
Yeah, totally.
Well, is there anything else that's like really necessary that they? This is a Ronan question. Ronan, is there anything really necessary that they could really use in the Desecrated Acres?
Well, I would say medicine,
Mm,
but anything herbal in nature can't really exist. It's not something we can necessarily hand out. The church of Ilmater does healing and things, and it seems to work, but they are very, very restricted, and they keep it under very, very tight quarters. They keep it very away from everything desecrated, if that makes sense.
yeah. Well,
But bandages and everything else, I think people are essentially ripping up old clothing to use to treat their wounds. Also, the local grave digger, which I heard a rumor about, that he's able to help them to some caliber, but I don't know what that is.
okay. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not seeing a great solution for anything more we can do there right now.
Yes, the only other things are like weapons and armaments. And the issue with handing out weapons and armaments to a bunch of starving individuals
Yeah,
is
that's
the lack of reason.
not a great idea.
So even though we
Um,
were trying to help the people, we did not arm them.
Yeah. You know, maybe we should arm just the really weak people and the children. We could give the children knives.
This, listen, I was
I
on
agree.
board about some of the bandit stuff. I do not think I can condone arming
Didn't
the
you give a
children and
child a
elderly.
knife
And
like yesterday?
Mila is different.
Is she?
She was scared. She was under your mother's roof, and we had the things to tend to her wounds or anyone else's wounds if something were to happen. For instance, I saw your mother bandaging her fingers. What happened? I don't know.
Oh,
Never
gosh.
mind.
No, no, you can say whatever you want.
I don't think I can.
Okay. Well, anyways, I
The
think
field of silence, or never mind.
See, the thing is, I'm pretty sure she was messing with it because she isn't really used to having weapons and hurt herself.
Ah,
So,
mean, we've done that. He kind of pats Blue on the shoulder.
is this why the hands are so bad off?
Maybe, I don't know.
Well,
It's a wound. You tend to it, it goes away.
yeah. Pretty gnarly though.
Maybe a couple of the circular marks on your hand are from trying to pet Meatball, but other than that,
Oh. I mean, surely Meatball liked me. I get along great with dogs.
you got there.
Oh, okay. Well,
I just hope we don't run into his owner after everything that happened. He disbanded quite quickly.
okay. I remember enough about that we don't have to go into that.
Right, yes. Okay. Well,
Ah.
good. Good. That's a memory you have. Cool.
Yeah, I remember Donovan cussing me out and, getting his dog killed and
Oh,
all that
it's
fun stuff.
Donnie.
Yeah, maybe where's he living now? We don't know, do we?
He headed north.
All
So-
right.
As to his current whereabouts, to me, they are unknown.
All right. Well, we'll just try to steer clear.
Grab a 20 real quick, actually. See if
The
Romain
town
can
gets
recall
attacked by
something.
goblins.
No.
He does not. He critically does not. Romain remembers nothing.
Oh no! Now there's two of them.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Romain will not remember that.
This is a good start. This is a good start for rations.
Mhm.
We can
think-
work
I
out a
think-
deal to pay the fishermen to bring more rations.
Yes, I think that is the primary concern, and we can kind of weasel through the rest as we go. That was the one thing Scotha told us that we could handle, along with a couple other things. But we have to kind of be there to do the other things. So I think this is a good start.
Yes. So we'll pick up Neela. We'll head to Desecrated Acres. We'll drop the rations off. We'll see what else we can do.
Sounds good.
Sound like a plan to everyone?
yeah, so at what point are we going to find my dad?
I'm out of
Again?
bourbon.
Ooh.
Oh, right.
Well,
Did you all forget about that?
hey, I forget about a lot of things.
Out of sight, out of the saying.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. That was very easy to finish.
Well, it's a lot less cool if you say the whole thing.
Yeah, that's kind of my dad's mentality too.
Well, we'll unpack that later.
So when are we going to find him?
We can find him now.
Okay.
Great.
Sounds
Where
good.
does your uncle live?
I didn't even know I had one. Why do you think I know where he lives?
I got an idea. Let's use Pugnat with his magical send a message to someone we know the face and name of.
Hey, Pugnut.
Eh,
Hey, buddy.
okay.
If it doesn't deal with burning, I don't want it.
Shut up.
Like,
Uh,
figure out where they're at, please.
He kind of nods. He looks a little not frail. Frail isn't the correct word. But disheartened, as this is the first time someone has remembered him in a minute.
I'm
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry,
Out of
fuck
sight,
you.
out of mind, you know?
He,
You're so
he
short.
looks
Yeah.
at you and he says, what would you like me to say? Which one am I contacting?
It
I like
doesn't
the
really
I
matter.
like the spell getting screwed up because he thinks the other one's name. He swaps the name with their face. It
Oh,
has
that
to
would
be
be
Oh, God.
specific.
Just, hey, where are you? Yeah, that's good.
Oh, okay. And you see him kind of uh stretch his legs apart to get like a decent stance as he does some unique incantations and wiggles his fingers. Um, he responds with, "Oh well, I contacted Leon because I didn't know which one to contact. He said they just woke up after a long night and that they are uh still in Northern Weathermount. But he said east.
That's helpful.
Northeast.
East.
Well,
That
well,
you know, they could give us like a house, like a house number, like an address.
well, no.
He actually ran out of words. He didn't know how
he-
the spell worked.
Well, he sounded as if oh, I hate that.
What you got?
Sorry to fuck that.
Nothing. Yes, I did.
And I'm right. You know I'm right.
What happened?
Yeah.
Pugnat reminds me of a character from Dawn to Dawn, which I just watched.
Oh.
Yes. Should we
Or I should
finally
say the
get some
Dawn to Dawn
recency?
character
Yeah.
reminds me of Pugnat.
Can't stand that character. He says, well, he sounded, from what I could tell, pretty. How do I word it?
I believe
He
the
sounded
technical
as if
term
we'll
is
know when we get
sloshed.
there.
Oh.
Huh. Like he
Okay.
doesn't
He-
want us there?
No, like he sounded as if we just head east, we will be able to find him.
What, they have like a big sign on the door that says local bard.
Or he's rich and it's a mansion.
I really thought you were saying that he was hungover.
Yeah. Well, let's try east.
Okay, so as you head east, I do not have a map for this one, and I apologize. But as you head east, you guys are
We're
kind
going
of heading
this way.
into, yes. You guys head into a more structurally sound area. The dirt and loose rock road that you guys are traveling on turns into a similar cobble to the dock area. And as you continue down this direction, this weird singing that is in the air is beginning to get louder. And as you continue, you eventually see what you can only assume is the singing fountain of Northern Weathermount that you have heard a decent bit about. Around it, there are 4 houses. One that seems to be a split between a very common and courteous living area and a blacksmith. Across from him, you see a large 2-story building that has cogs, steams, and whistles on the outside. To the top right of that one, you see a large amount of sculptures and marble housing situation. It's a very, very beautiful sculpted area that's a house. It seems to be made mainly out of earth and materials. And then in the bottom right quadrant of this little map, you see a building that's 2 stories tall with a bunch of chimes and instruments kind of scattered about. And you see that a lot of the townsfolk here have kind of gathered. You see kids playing and listening to the fountain, throwing coins into it. You see parents chatting. a bunch of individuals carrying different fish and other foods that they have kind of picked up. It seems that there's a nice market that sells a variety of various foods and objects. But this seems to be like not the town center necessarily, but a very large point of interest for a lot of the individuals.
I mean, he didn't mean the chime musical looking house, did he?
Oh, he definitely did.
Yeah.
Each building kind of has a plaque in front of it, including very specifically the fountain does. And as you kind of look at it, it tells the story of the 4 individuals you heard the Furbolg speak about on your way up here, who found the unique earthen tones coming from below their feet, and slowly through each of their individual skills crafted this fountain to sing in the tone and pitch that you hear now. And it's very beautiful. Sounds like a feminine tone speaking from the earth, so to speak. And you see that there is actually a fountain. The hand is kind of, or the water is kind of pouring out of her hands as she reaches to the sky, and where her mouth is, that is where the sound is coming out of.
Cool.
It says, Link, the blood moon rises.
Oh God! The fountain crumbles immediately.
No!
Like, what did you do?
No.
No, that
Okay.
doesn't happen.
Okay, I'm gonna go read the plaque in front of the chime house.
This is the home of Leon Hemlock, the astute the
Scholar?
scholar. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
I prefer studier.
A scholar of musical arts and talent, who is I'm losing words. I apologize.
It's okay, this is fun for me.
Yes. He is credited for the carving instructions given to the mason who sculpted this woman and the fountain, for kind of directing his hand to make it where these notes turn from whatever was coming out of the earth initially into a whistle and a song.
Hey Lou,
Yeah.
it is entirely possible I don't know how old my dad is.
That's a good point. You know, he could be pretty old.
I think he's ancient.
I mean, it doesn't seem like it's that. They're not that ancient.
They probably dye their hair.
No. I mean, hey, listen. I heard stories that my great grandfather had blonde hair up into his like 600s. So you never
Okay.
know.
So 600's pretty old, Lou.
I mean, yeah, but that's like
I'm gonna live
normal.
to like
It's a
100.
normal time to have kids, right?
I'm just gonna look at Maladin for help.
I mean, I've never even thought about it.
I am aware.
Well, don't say it like that.
Don't say it so loud.
Don't say it so loud.
Anyway, I'm gonna knock on this door, and if I don't immediately get a response, I'm going in.
Okay.
Okay, so it does not have a knocker.
That's okay. I
where
wouldn't
you-
use one anyway.
Where
I'm
you
banging my
okay.
fist on that thing.
Okay, sounds good. What I was gonna say though is where there would be a knocker, or we would call a doorbell, there seems to be a harp that has been affixed to the wall and ingrained
Oh.
in the building.
Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna rickroll this guy.
Interesting.
Sorry. Instinct.
As you begin plucking away at this harp, if you don't mind making a performance check for who knows the reason.
Absolutely, I don't mind. And don't immediately tell me my roll, because I am willing to use inspiration on this.
Okay.
Never mind, it's a 25.
Dang. Okay.
Wow.
You begin to successfully rickroll the individual who lives in this house.
Nice.
After plucking, I would even say like the first 7 chords. Just never gonna give you anyway.
Perfect.
You hear a familiar voice on the other side that's like, "In a minute," and it sounds like he has something in his mouth. Maybe he's brushing his teeth or something.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep playing the song.
Okay. After you continue to pluck away, the door opens, and you see Leon or Orion, one of the two, standing there with a toothbrush in his mouth, putting on his boots. And he's like, "Gosh, come in." As he kind of begins to brush his teeth while he opens the door, waiting for all of you to step inside.
I'm going inside.
Okay,
I'll go in.
sure. You
I'll
see a
suss out.
incredibly spacious and relatively luxurious open floor plan living space. You see the wraparound spiral staircase with a foyer at the very top that seems to have like the little where you can look in on the main living space. You see a pretty decent kitchen for medieval times. And yeah, good. He has like rugs, the luxurious furniture, even for these standards, very elven made, very well crafted. Yet again, running out of words. My apologies.
Hey, Ronan, I think we should have robbed this guy.
Hey,
I'm kidding.
I don't think you
Ronan's
are.
not.
Lou's not kidding.
But you, with a brush still in his mouth, you hear Leon look to you, Layla, and he says, "Your father's upstairs. Give him a minute."
That came out
Ah.
so much better than anyone actually brushing their teeth.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I didn't have like a toothbrush to stick in my mouth or anything weird. I need to. That's what I need to do. I'll improve.
You need
D&D by
props.
getting props. Yeah.
Bro is not ready to host session. Did not start with the toothbrush on this.
Did not start with
Dang,
the toothbrush on
unfortunate.
set.
Did
not
not
do
start
proper
with the
foley
electric
art.
razor as he's shaving.
Look, I'm okay with not having a map, but not having a toothbrush is where I cross the line.
Yes, absolutely. But he looks to you all and he says, "Please make yourself at home. Please don't touch anything.
That's not the same thing. Those are two contradictory
Yeah.
Sit on the couch."
Have you ever been around people?
I live here, yes.
The bard
Have you
says
ever
to
been
the other
around
bard.
children?
Not if I have a choice.
Okay. I'm gonna go get some food. I'm hungry.
Suit yourself. As he walks back upstairs.
I'm
Check
going into
check
his
how
kitchen.
any of the food looks. You know, he's been in jail for like a while.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm going to the kitchen.
Please don't
Sure.
drink the milk.
You see a bunch of produce that has been gotten this morning, perhaps, or early yesterday, whenever
No.
he left y'all.
I like the idea that all the food is spoiled and foul, but the
I-
milk is fresh.
That would be funny. No, but there's eggs, greens. You see carrots, tomatoes, a bunch of other stuff. You see a few fresh slices of fish that he probably purchased recently. There is a foul smell in the air as if it has recently been cleaned. You also see a bunch of empty ale containers in the area.
Okay. Lou, you're gonna clean these up. Ronan, you can help.
Why
I'm
am
gonna
I
use-
cleaning up for your alcoholic father?
I'm gonna give Lou a look.
Okay, yeah, Ronan, help me out.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation as many times as I have to get that smell out of here too.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
That's nasty. We ain't doing that. It's gonna
Yeah,
smell like
so-
flowers.
Square foot by square foot of the kitchen area. You slowly go through, and luckily there is not anything left. Maybe a couple of leaked fluids or something like that. Maybe a tomato spoiled, so like the juice is still there, but the actual rotten stuff itself is not. It seems that he did, at least he or someone else, took the liberty to clean out the rotten stuff, but did not scrub anything quite yet.
Oh my gosh, he has a girlfriend.
Look, if adventuring fails, you can be quite the maid.
All right, Maladin, you come clean up these tomatoes.
No.
I'm gonna throw a tomato at Maladin.
I'm gonna check if-
There are no tomatoes. Simply tomato juice that leaked out of said rotting tomatoes.
Flick it at him.
Yeah, I'm gonna flick it at him.
Sure. You have a
I'm gonna
couple-
check if there are any full ale bottles left.
You find one that has half left, and they are
yeah,
they're
no.
relatively large jugs. They're not like pint or what am I trying to say? Like quart bottles, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not like someone drank straight out of it.
Or liters. Yes, it doesn't seem that. Well, maybe a couple that are set to the side.
Okay.
That one of them had. You see one
Yeah.
that was very civilized and actually poured out each individual one.
Yeah.
And one side where it looks like someone just drank straight from them, set it beside wherever they were sitting.
I would.
That was a rise. I put money on it.
I would love to take the one that looks like it was nicely poured if there's any left out of that,
Uh-huh.
and then drink straight from the bottle.
Oh my goodness.
Weren't you the one
and
that
then put it
said
back
Lou had
down. I'm just
trauma from
taking a swig
drinking?
at it.
Yeah, I've stopped drinking, said the alcoholic. to
Okay,
their
no.
best friend that hasn't seen
Lou.
them in months.
Lou.
Ronan just looks at
Refill
everybody
that.
else in
No,
the room
listen,
like, are you seeing
I'm-
this?
Yeah.
What do you mean refill it?
You have the jug. Refill it.
I'll spit it back into
Alcohol is alcohol.
What you are drinking is incredibly potent. Would you mind rolling for me a Constitution saving? throw?
Okay,
Oh
he
my
did
word.
take like a small
Lose
sip,
the
and he
white-
did spit it
white
back
wine.
out.
Okay, okay.
I mean, really, like I think
Um,
Layla said that, and he spit it back out into the
Okay.
bottle.
She's gonna pour it out somewhere.
It is pretty good stuff from what you get from your taste test.
You
It's
know,
one of those things that as soon as you get that little bit in your mouth, you know the feeling of like vapor that sometimes accompanies strong alcohols.
Who are you talking
Yeah.
to right now?
It just the in mass, I guess.
Oh,
Um,
But
no.
this is my
Callie, are
description.
you? Are you?
What?
Hey, Callie, when's the last time you had alcohol?
How
I've never had alcohol.
are you legally
think you
able to
have.
drink?
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Lou drinks because I can.
Fair enough.
Oh.
So for something that flew right over Callie's head.
Yeah.
But you get a large waft of the vapors coming from this fluid that you put in your mouth for a brief moment. And you sense that this is pretty strong stuff. Some of the finest, as people would say. But you immediately spit it back out. You do not need to make a save.
All right. Well, it is good stuff.
Did you just spit back into it?
You told me to replace it.
Pour that out. That's
Like an
disgusting.
animal.
Why would I pour it out? It's perfectly good.
You're not stealing from my uncle.
Oh, I'm not stealing from him. I'll just pour out his alcohol. The good stuff too.
You ruined it.
As you guys are having this conversation, you guys see a heavily cloaked figure wearing quite a bit of leather and cloth.
I did not
thicker
need to know
than-
this.
No, not like that. I didn't say latex, I said leather.
Yeah, that still doesn't help.
Uh,
no.
with a cowl and a face mask that passes by Layla. And Lou, are you holding the bottle or did you set it back?
No,
down?
I set it back down. It's pristine where it just was.
Hi,
they-
Layla's new mom.
While you guys are having this conversation, this figure picks it up, takes off the mask, and begins to drink out of the.
Ew.
Oh, you set back down.
Oh,
Does
let me
anyone
just
have a
go.
guess of who this might be?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is Orion, who is heavily cloaked, as so no one recognizes him with Leon. So it seems like even though they are estranged, now that they are back together, they seem to be going back to the one is showing their face, one isn't thing.
Ah, yeah.
But yes, he begins to drink from it. He's like, you can't let it go to waste.
You know Lou just spit in that, right?
I mean, it's alcohol. It's pure, right? Like,
Exactly, it's perfectly fine.
Are you asking us who didn't make it or buy it?
I thought it was just common knowledge. Maybe you guys need to drink more.
That's a
I've
good
been
idea.
trying to lay off.
Fair.
I just, you know,
Well, I'm
tasted
not.
it.
As he drinks it. Anyway, he kind of cleans a little bit that's on his mouth and puts back over the mask. And in a slightly muffled, but I'm not gonna do a voice for it because it's not muffled enough. Looks, he says, sorry, me and Leon were catching up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did a whole lot of catching up. Lifts up one of the empty bottles.
Well, you know, I've always found that company is a little bit more enjoyable and it loosens everyone up to where tensions are less high.
I
Mm.
mean, I do understand.
Yeah. And by that time, Leon is also done getting ready for the day. He is wearing very nice clothing. It seems that he has a stature to maintain in this area. They kind of gather, and he's like, I'm sure your dad said whatever. So, anyway, what are we doing? Did you guys meet up with your mother? Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's great there. Turns out I have in one way or another, a little sister of sorts.
Oh,
You know,
that's
another one.
nice. Another one.
Another
Yeah,
one.
it's now a good time to ask if I have any siblings.
Hmm?
Do I have siblings?
Leon instinctively just points over to Orion. Or yeah. No, Arias. I'm so sorry. I keep doing that. The persona, I kept it for so long. Dang it. He points to Arias and Arias is like, not that I'm aware of.
That does not instill confidence.
Listen, you either have a bunch of brothers and sisters or you have a bunch of cousins. Or both.
Do you have cousin? Does she have cousins?
Well, listen,
I don't wanna know
if
that.
and then Arias points to Leon.
I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
And then Arias speaks up and he says, listen, I was known to
Stop. Stop.
What you don't know is they have fathered half the bards in this world.
Okay, Lou, why
That
don't
would
you
be
go on with
hilarious.
whatever it is you were saying before?
Yeah, we need to pick Neela up from school before we head out, and then we're going back to the Desecrated Acres. Might be a bit of a downgrade for apparently the richest man in town. Love to know
Yeah,
where the bourgeoisie lives.
I'm one of the four. We did, make a profit here.
Yeah, how long ago
Yeah.
was that?
Well, if I remember, I'm sure if you ask Mason, he would know better.
Okay, but he's not here and I don't want to walk.
But 3 months.
3 months ago?
But yeah.
Oh.
We came to this town, and actually, it's Mason who brought me in. I was catching up with an old friend of mine, and this is Leon speaking, just to clear up. And he mentioned it. He said, in this area, there's an occurrence happening where, there's wind coming from the tunnel, and it was unexpected. So they got me involved and kind of told me the plan, and I helped orchestrate some things. It's been more than 3 months, haven't it? Forgot how long your dad had been missing.
Well, how old are you?
somewhere in the hundreds.
You don't know exactly?
You don't know vaguely?
More than 2.
And you are
Okay, so you're
old.
more than 2, yeah.
What, more than 200? Listen, there's a lot of traveling, and with our old profession and switching back and forth, it was kind of hard to keep track.
Like
N-
the
no.
dead?
What year you were born?
Well, in this continent, at this calendar, it's 1 year, and at this continent and that calendar, it's a different year.
Okay,
Okay,
what
but in this
calendar?
continent.
Layla's half human, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
How old was Layla's mom?
Hey. Oh,
Good question.
I don't know if I want to know that one either.
Probably significantly younger than your father.
Oh.
But to beat the allegations, I'll say this: there's 2 ways you can look at the medieval maturity line.
He's a great gilf.
Oh god.
Sure.
Oh, not a kill.
But yes, I'm choosing the one of maturity. So elves, of course, mature early, but where they live so long, if he were to marry or date someone that's like 30 to 40 years old, it would kind of be an equivalent.
Your
So anyway,
says-
she was
your
20
partner-
years
your,
old.
Your partner
Yes.
says after a while, age
At the
doesn't
ripe
matter.
age of 16 human years.
God.
Anime?
Absolutely not. Yeah, no. We're not going by that.
How
that equivalent.
how old was
Absolutely.
Layla's mother? Legal.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Good enough for me.
Yeah.
Legal.
Barely,
a
but
A
still.
fully adult woman of
Yes.
25 or more.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should figure out how old you are at some point.
I mean, maybe it's kind of a difficult thing. I don't. There's some
Where were
magic
you born?
spells that could probably tell us.
What
was
year
the-
were you born? Where you were born?
How does year tracking actually work in this world? Do we have like
discussed it.
1759 AD? Yeah, it's been a while though.
Lou was born in 1469, I believe.
So I will admit a D&D flaw or a DM flaw on my part. I focus more on the adventure, and I personally have no interest in really using a calendar. I mainly
Fair enough.
stated that because Dust wanted answers, and he had a pretty good idea of the timeline for D&D and D&D events. The main thing is like there's a well-known D&D event called the Calamity, which was kind of what separated the different planes and established the system of magic, and locked some gods of old into the territory where worshippers are shunned and heavily because they were bad people. So that is like a primary event, and then of course there's some other ones that go through in time. But as for an exact year, I don't know. I came up with the date. I told you guys the date, and I do not remember what that was.
Well, what's 1469 plus 24?
1469 plus 24.
Well, it doesn't matter
that's-
because we'd still have to know.
1493. We're in the year
Yeah.
1493, but it doesn't really matter.
We'd still have to need
Yeah.
to know his starting period.
Correct.
I'm not going to remember that.
And I mean, this is based on the NPCs and their personalities as given to me as 2 individuals who have switched back and forth on being one person or another, and also bards traveling, seeing various different locations and everything. And as he said, seeing various different calendars of various different places. He seems to have a relatively decent idea of it being 250, but as for specifics, he's not.
To be fair,
necessarily.
if you ask normally like anyone over 40, they'll even like mess up their own like age half the time because quite frankly,
Yeah.
after a certain period, you just stop caring. You hit the like milestones and it's pretty much done.
Okay. Well, I mean, hey. as long as you've got the tree thing under wrap, then you're good. You're like, you're not gonna like shrivel up.
Breathing.
Oh God, are we bringing
Oh,
bringing
yeah.
power?
Leon looks over Rice and he's like, it's the high elves, if they are within a certain range of fey trees and nature, halt the aging process. He's like,
Like,
oh, you learn something new every day.
Are you not? Sorry. You know what? It doesn't matter.
Leon opens a, well, actually, no, it would probably be a very resplendent thing of his house. You look over and you see a tree with unusually colored leaves. He's like, I have a tree thing.
Okay. Yeah.
It's also
Oh.
why, if you compare me to my brother, I look far younger than him.
I couldn't tell which one you were when I opened the door.
Pugnet,
Well, there you go. Anyway.
Pugnet. I think we're in the presence of immortals.
It's not the same as immortality. It's
Kind of is.
it's youth.
They're not
Wait.
aging.
It is youth. It depends. I mean, we already live so long anyway. So my brother and I did not really care about it while we were what was it you used to say,
Getting
Orias?
around.
Barding around?
I think we should leave.
Yeah,
Wait,
now that's-
Rename,
Yes.
do magical fey trees survive in the desecrated acres?
Does anything survive in the
Is
desecrated
that why you
acres?
look so old?
No, it's because I keep getting shanked by beer bottles and stabbed by paladins.
Because some moron wants to start a bunch of bar fights when they can't hold their liquor.
It's
Yes.
not usually bar fights. It was probably, I imagine it was like one time and I learned my lesson.
No!
At least 6.
That's not bad over the course
At
of 6
least
years.
6.
How many times
when
did
did I
you swing the
start
halberd?
drinking?
That
No,
many
okay,
times.
Don't bring it up.
They stopped allowing him to bring halberds into bars.
So I was
Why?
pretty
He
good
did
with
no
one
damage
then.
with them, I'm
No.
sure.
After you lose a certain amount of bar stools and the other person looks at you like an idiot, they kind of begin to limit you.
Well, I'm
And Ronan
Hey.
is kind of comically irate.
at least. Hey, Renee, at least I didn't get kicked out of the bar entirely. Hey, that's pretty good.
Well, no, because we made enough money they didn't care.
And we didn't. But I didn't spend that much money on booze.
It was a collective tab. I couldn't track it if I tried. I could give you a pretty good guesstimate, but no.
I mean, how many of those were yours, though? I mean, come on, be real
Maybe
here.
3. Someone had to remain coherent. Okay, there
You-
were a few. I will admit, sometimes we would celebrate, and yes.
So you've definitely gotten plastered before.
Yes, we have all woken up in a gutter or 2.
All right, good. I think that's an
Maladin looks
important
at
experience.
Pugnet. Well, have you?
Well, it can't be as bad as waking up
What's-
sopping wet.
What's plastered?
But
That's
the
a
plaster.
no, is what that
I will.
is.
I'll demonstrate it for you sometime.
It chugs the rest of the alcohol.
Please don't.
I can get you plastered right
Well, you
now,
know-
buddy.
Ilmater preaches that we should remain at least able to survive.
Well, I haven't died
Perser-
yet.
Perseverance.
I really thought he was gonna say like abstinent and pure, and I was
I've-
like, we're going to the nearest bar and we're gonna corrupt Pugnet.
W-
Oh my God, please.
Personally, I do not drink, but it isn't like frowned upon.
I mean, hey, I've persevered through at least one crazy night. So
You're really flowering up your story by saying I persevered getting drunk.
I mean, that's kind of the play on words here, buddy.
Also, how are you not making fun of Layla right now by like capitalizing on the uncomfortability of her dad?
I mean, I don't want to rub it in.
Too late.
Well, anyway.
Now, do we want to ask any more personal questions, or do we want to go pick up a toddler from school?
I've got a
Yeah.
few more personal questions for you, Renee, but we'll get to that later.
Man,
No, that's not Renee.
Oh, okay. I've got,
Oh,
I've got
that
a
would be
few more
Who said
Orias,
it?
questions.
actually.
Oh,
That would be
it-
Okay.
Orias.
It was Arias? Oh, it's just, oh, wow, shocking. One
Yeah,
of
I
them
have a
actually
question.
cares about going back for.
Yes, my sweet daughter.
Yeah, how come you decided to skip town instead of living out your days being rich?
That's is not something.
Is it because Lou's giggling? Because you can kick him.
No, it's
No.
not.
He is very cautiously looking in Leon's direction. He says, "Well, I guess like most idiots, love."
Ew.
Yeah, that is pretty stupid.
Well, he didn't just. I mean, my brother didn't discover this gold mine until months ago.
I'm not gonna put it in because editing, but insert clip of ha guy.
No.
That would be funny.
So, you're totally broke, like actually.
Layla's now
You're-
like, what was even the point of me coming to find you?
Your mother and I lived modestly.
Yeah, we're poor.
Not by choice.
Okay, that's all my questions.
Well, hey, you've got a rich brother now, so that's something.
I feel like
I mean, for a name got filthy
this
rich.
is a very weighted conversation.
To be fair, you keep running away, and I'm afraid I'm never going to get an answer if I don't ask at uncomfortable
Okay,
times.
okay, yes, but we didn't run away. We were right here.
Right, yeah. I'm going to stay here tonight, actually. We're going to have a big old family discussion.
We do need to get going.
Great,
Leon's like, I got the backup
says
pad.
Leon.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to be there. You can, obviously, but you don't want to.
I got the backup.
It's my house.
Yeah.
Yes. You know what? Okay. All right. Now, can we please
Orias,
leave
why
my
did you not
house?
wear protection?
What is protection?
Yeah, I did. I was wearing my armor.
Yeah. That would be a very Orias comment. If you didn't already have inspiration.
Shout out to Team 4-Star.
Yes, that would be pretty funny. I love that quote. Doesn't be the AOT abridged though. Wish they would make more of that, but alas.
Oh god.
The time has came and went.
Anyway, as
Yes.
what was it? Leon, was it Leon or was Orias who was like, "Let's go take care of the little girl that's not
Leon
my daughter."
is trying to issue you all out of his home.
Oh, okay.
Says next time, if we could not bring mud everywhere,
Oh,
The-
sorry, hold on.
the
gonna
nannies do not appreciate it.
You
The
have nannies?
I'm using that cantrip to clean it up as we walk
Aren't you a
back
little
down.
old to be having a nanny?
No,
All right.
that's about my age. Let's go pick up.
Okay,
The
now I have
child,
to ask,
please.
what was Layla's mom's occupation?
Yeah, Rias.
Is Maladin asking?
Yes. Actually, no. He wouldn't know that. He wouldn't understand references like this.
Layla,
No,
Huh?
No, he
so
wouldn't. He
you-
wouldn't.
Okay.
He has no
Okay,
sense of
okay.
societal references.
I was gonna make sure. I have an occupation in mind, but I didn't know if you had one. Just for whenever that conversation does come up. you
I
feel
know
free.
nothing. If you
Okay.
want me to have more, I'm happy to write more.
hey Layla, what did your mom do for a living?
I
No,
don't.
I-
don't care.
If it's up to me, I have an answer. But we,
Okay.
since that's
I-
not being asked yet, we do not disclose.
Yeah. I don't know, and I don't care.
Easily, whenever
Okay.
Maladin asks something, it's going to be me making a societal reference that he will never understand because the backstory does not allow for that.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
asking what they did. I mean, you guys are.
Yeah, but I'm more making I'm
Adventurers.
more like I'm more playing Arias and Leon up to be like they're at the Playboy Mansion.
Oh, fair enough. Sounds good. So are you guys just are you guys like walking to wherever Neela went, or are you waiting for her to return?
I assume we're going there.
Yeah, we can go pick her up at school.
Okay, sounds good.
Although,
Like we're not gonna rush her, but
although
you
with
know,
how she hightailed it away from us, I don't know if she wants her like big brother and 7 like apparently uncles to show up.
oh, it'll be fine.
It's entirely up to you guys.
Neela, what is that abomination there standing next to Louvre?
Oh, that's her name.
The other
No.
abomination. That's Bugman. The
Oh,
other one. The green one.
The green
That's the great.
It's the Grinch.
He
Oh.
points to you and starts laying thick on a heavy syllable, but he doesn't say anything. No. Sounds good. So are you guys sticking around until Neela returns, or are you heading towards Neela's location?
What time in the day is it? I guess we'd head towards her location near time to pick her up.
I would say by this point it's been about 4 hours
Okay, yeah, we'll go pick her up.
since initial drop off. Okay,
Yeah.
let me.
Lou's like, yeah, school lasts like 4 hours, right?
It's a half day. The
It's
Grinch
not
shows up. It's a
realistic.
half day.
Yeah.
Does that hide for y'all?
Yeah.
Good. Let's see.
Oh, no.
Which one? It would be this one.
Background music starts to play.
It's just
A narrator starts insulting Maladin. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole.
Oh, I was thinking, guys, why do I start hearing banjos?
I know. Guys, why do I start hearing boss music?
So eventually, you guys continue walking, and there's a few moments on your travel where you see houses and everything else, but you see rather the tenants sitting on porches or doing work. But eventually, you guys get to the very outskirts of Weathermount, fairly off. I don't even know if you would call it outskirts, really. You see a house in the distance that doesn't really seem tended to, but you have already passed everything else. So by process of elimination, this is the final one. It has 2 unkept farmlands to either side of it, and a bunch of wicked, what am I trying to say? Wicked looking trees that are not being kept, and a manor that seems to be from the outside dilapidated. But nonetheless, you see no one there, and you do not know if this is it. But lo and behold, it's the only one left. You guys approach.
Are you guys sure she's been going to school?
I'm starting to question it. Ronaine, have you never dropped her off at class?
No, from what I hear, she's always walked.
Oh,
This
I'm
is
gonna-
okay.
Has there
new
been
to
a
me.
PTA meeting? What's a PTA?
Yeah.
What is
I'm
the
gonna
PTA?
pull out the magic wand out of my bag, as if that's gonna do anything,
Okay.
because I haven't attuned to it, but it's here in case.
Oh, do you have to attune to it? Let me check your character sheet.
Mhm.
real quick.
Good question. I need to move it to me. But
There's- You do not need to attune to it.
oh, nice. Hey guys, I have this magic wand.
How
Yeah?
long have you had that magic wand?
Oh, like months.
What
anyway,
does it do?
check for secret doors around us.
Okay.
So I feel like it might be handy.
It checks
Uh,
for secret doors, or are you telling us to check for secret doors?
No, the magic wand tells me if there's a secret door around.
It
Okay.
tells you? It can
Yeah.
talk?
Well, you
So
can.
I am
I'm going
Groot.
to use deductive reasoning for this item. So what it reads is the wand has 3 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of the charges, and if a secret door or trap is within 30 feet of you, the wand pulses and points towards the nearest one. I'm gonna go by
That means if
human
there's
nature.
if there's 2, then that means it only points to the closest one.
Yeah.
Correct, yes. I would say I'm assuming that you're just kind of waving it around as you approach.
No, I'm definitely looking like I have a single clue what I'm doing, despite not.
Okay, sounds good. As you kind of get
Charisma
within
check.
range, you do wonder if it's working for a minute, but as you slowly get closer to the house and flick it, you see a bright white little emission at the very front, and the wand quickly disperses this energy across. And you see that the spiral holding place, you watch the energy kind of go in between the middle and circle around until it reaches the base.
You guys, I was totally right.
Yeah?
Yeah,
It
there's
didn't
a.
say anything though.
I'm gonna kick Mallet in the face.
You can't reach that high.
You
Oh
want to
my
bet?
God.
Make an acrobatics check.
And let me. Something else that happens I need to find real quick. That's the wrong direction. So let me check.
Are we going to reveal a trap door and then be like, to be continued?
Oh, it is about time now.
Yeah.
Paladin, would you mind rolling me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh god.
I do believe due
I'm-
to your racial background, you will get advantage on the roll, I think.
Is
Oh
it
my
psychic?
gosh, Yankee.
I forget what like resistances or whatever you have.
It's
I might need
psychic.
to look.
So I don't know what the tack, so to speak, is.
It might just be damage then. In that case, I think it would be a roll straight. Let me check to make sure.
They're attacking the green one. Shocking.
No, it's just a straight roll. So it's a wisdom saving throw.
15.
15. Where's the thing for it? Okay. You, while walking up to this house, are kind of within your own head thinking about day-to-day Maladin things. And almost like a secondary psyche attempts to persuade you. So you're walking up, you're thinking about, Neela, or, the task here, the weirdness of this place. And it's almost like you have a secondary thing in your head saying, tell me more. But as you kind of have this recognition, you thwart it off. And you are aware that that has happened.
Does Maladin recognize that as being an outside source?
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna be like, if he doesn't, we're going to carry on like normal. Last thing I need is to look at the group, be like, guys, I'm hearing voices in my head.
No, you feel that something was like listening into your internal dialogue and trying to get more information as to your intentions.
All right, well, it didn't work, did it?
No, it did not.
Cool. I look at the group. Guys, something was trying to read my mind.
Did you let it?
No.
Yep.
Oh.
So it did not
That's all
seem to
I have
be
much.
probing deeper, but you do know that something was listening at least to your surface thoughts.
It was listening to my thoughts. It was hearing, why?
That'd be funny.
Gosh. Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Oh, well, I don't think that's good. It's not good.
No, and I'm concerned that it didn't target any of you, because that means whoever did it is racist.
Well, there's nothing going on up here, or for those two. And Lou and Ronin,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure wouldn't notice. So, Pugnat?
I haven't felt anything.
It,
Wow, they are
it,
racist.
It heard my thoughts. It heard burn everything. I'm going to
Like that?
eventually
You're a
make
little weird, man.
Zach. I really want to make that Arsonist character.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey,
And I'm
depending
going.
on how things go, you might be making it pretty soon.
Yeah,
no.
I'm going to replace his voice with Pugnat's.
Sure.
Well, there is a more than zero chance that they might just be racist, yeah. We'll proceed with caution.
Puts me in the back of the group. Oh, I get it now,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Great.
good.
No,
Put the green one in the back of the group.
for protection.
Yeah, sure.
No, no. Here, what do you want? To hold my hand or something?
We could at least do diamond pattern.
Okay, yeah, we'll do diamond pattern.
Looks over at Ronan. He wasn't a strategist in a past life, was he?
Wasn't I?
Be shocked if I said he was.
I'd very.
What happened?
Nothing.
Consider yourself baffled.
Okay.
And
At
you see
least-
that Ronan himself, after hearing this information, is kind of clenching at his weaponry, but kind of instinctively.
Is the building made out of wood?
It is made out of stone.
Damn.
It has a child in it. You can't burn.
We don't know it
building.
has a child in it.
I'm gonna go
We're not
knock on the
taking a
stone.
chance.
Gonna
I'll
knock on the stone.
Yep.
You hear a click clack, and a little bit of rubble disperses at your feet, where you see that it's kind of been dilapidated on this side. But it kind of echoes out, but no response. There is a
Hello?
locked door at the very front if you wish to knock on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock on that.
Okay, sounds good. You hear excited skipping on the inside by a light-footed individual,
A child.
and yes, and some heavier footsteps. But as you wait for a brief moment, you hear a very soft tone, "Bye." And as the door is opened for her, Neela has gathered her things and greets you.
It opens with the like stock standard horror door sound of creak.
It is indeed an old doorway, so yes. But you see the background, a bunch of toys, and a destroyed chair. It seems that the furniture inside this building is pretty dilapidated. But standing behind her in fine robes, you see a human male, approximately 5'8", with shorter brown hair and almost like a goatee. Seems to be wearing very eloquent robes and standing in a very formal pose as he opens the door for Neela.
Hello.
Ah, an entourage.
I'm sorry,
Hello.
did he just call us side characters?
I don't
Yeah.
like the way he said that.
Or the supporting cast.
Yeah, hello.
Neela's the main character of the story.
You see Neela kind of very excitedly kind of jerking on one of your arms. She's like, Layla, this is Charmer.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you as well.
I'm saying that, but as I'm saying that, my eyes are narrowed.
Fair enough.
So you're the one that's been teaching her racism.
Charmer seems relatively docile. He does not seem to be irate or anything. He seems to be greeting you with a fairly mundane tone, but at the current moment, nothing that raises any hairs on you except for the creepy ass house and the individual before you that you do not know much about.
So what do you do?
Well, me and my partner Dominus are scholars. We've been teaching
Studiers.
this. Yes. We've been teaching Neela. Neela's been teaching us some things.
Do you have any other students?
He looks behind you, Layla. Can you make me an insight check, Maladin?
Oh god. He is racist.
Can I tell if he's racist?
Go ahead and roll insight checks.
I'm looking for micro
19.
expressions.
Okay, that's a 19.
He said insight.
Yes.
I would love
It's-
to roll inside if it's alright.
Absolutely.
Just 'cause I
Everybody
think I'm
everybody
gonna
does
do
a
poorly.
vibe check on the dude.
Oh yeah. 18.
Alright, he passes.
Hmm. You can't help but notice he raises an eyebrow, and a sense of concern seems to go over him as Alden speaks up and there's an acknowledge of presence going on. What was the question you asked him?
Are there any other students here?
Can't say that very many people are magically inclined around here.
Okay. We gotta have a group huddle or something. We have to. Why are there two dudes in the old house in the middle of nowhere with a little girl in the house? And B, how did your mom find this place?
Listen, just sometimes when a man loves another man.
They invite a little girl to their house randomly?
So can you do magic?
No.
Who are you asking?
The guy standing in front of me, who's like a little bit taller, but not that much.
I can, yes.
Can you prove it?
Well, what kind of demonstration would you like?
What can you do?
Perhaps a party trick.
Anyone can do a party trick. Come on.
Okay. Well, you see him
It turns Maladin into an elf.
with one hand on the door and his other hand, he waves it before him. And chanting. Let me check on something real quick. Should have done this. I meant to ask before, but one more thing to check. Stand by. Do 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 do.
Okay, seriously. Who
In a-
enrolled her?
In a language that Maladin you understand as deep speech. He waves his hand and he says something along the lines of broken and rugged land, show yourself anew. And the area around the house and including the house quickly changes to almost a sunlit beach as the ground before you looks like sand and the rugged farmlands to either side of you looks like water. The house itself looks like it is not anymore in disrepair. It actually looks quite nice. The broken furniture and rugs you see on the inside turn into a very sensible, sandy colored palette. And it looks almost as if it's a nice place to sit down and enjoy the waves.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Oh.
Since you have seen him do this, and if you guys look into it, you can tell that this is, of course, an illusion.
What?
However, it is very convincing. It seems as if the whole entire area has completely changed.
Well, who needs a vacation, huh?
Indeed.
About this.
Perhaps one day our little pupil here can learn it too.
Is that all you teach her? Illusion magic? Charms?
Starting light, I don't see the harm in teaching illusion at the current moment, do you?
No. But is that all she knows how to do?
We're starting small, what do they call them? Cantrips? Cantrips.
Shouldn't you be hiding out, though, when you're near such a magical city that prides itself in magic so much?
Well, of course not. No, we tend to go there, of course, to get supplies and everything. I went today to purchase a pie for Neela.
They were out of rations for some reason, though.
Neela
What?
pulls on your arm, Layla, and says, "It was a very good pie. It had berries in it."
I forgot that you introduced it as her coming to the door first. I thought she just
Yeah.
apparated somehow. I was like,
No.
where did you come from?
He says, "Yes, it's the easiest for newfound magic users to understand, and then, of course, we will slowly progress. Perhaps one day she could be a roaming wizard like myself or Dominus."
So
You're a wizard?
what did our insight checks do?
Vibe check.
It showed that he had a disdain for your presence.
Okay.
Yeah, he is.
The raised eyebrow and the I would even go as far as to say minor disgust as you were speaking to him. That is what it presented. You were able to read his body language and ascertain what he was thinking.
Remember when I said that there was racism and everyone was like, "No, Layla."
No, you were once again right, and I'm
Wow.
sorry.
It's okay.
Well,
Anyway,
Lou's sorry.
so Mr. Wizard, you've traveled like a lot of places then, right?
I have, yes.
That's like really cool. It's like, are you racist?
No. I like the idea. It's like, so what's your thoughts on racism? Correct. What?
Well, of course not.
So, okay, just to be clear, you're not a filthy bigot.
No.
Is he an elf?
Okay, cool. I'm
He
really
is-
glad to
he
hear.
is not. He is a human.
Oh.
I'm glad
Layla's
you're
other
talking
half.
elves.
selling
No,
values in
and,
children.
and Neela discussed with me the conversation in which I believe she had with one of you.
It was probably me. I can't remember.
It was. Yeah, well,
Mila.
and I guess I should apologize.
Yeah, probably.
We were simply discussing the demeanor of individuals, and I do believe that there is some things you can tell by the way a person acts.
Right, a
Uh,
person, not like a certain type of person. So maybe
Yeah, and-
don't
Right,
direct that
yes.
apology at me.
And you're
Actually,
basing your judgments off of how they act and not, oh, I don't know the color of the skin or how
Yes,
pointy their
yes.
ears are.
So
yeah,
this
so
is
I don't need the apology. Okay,
so this
because
is what
someone
it's
else here
like.
does, and you can make that judgment call.
This is what it's like to have white knights. I like it. Keep going.
Shut up, Malachin. You're making it worse.
Well, I told her a story. And I think a little bit too much weight was put on the species at which I had a disagreement with rather than the actions they presented.
And you're going to do
What was the
good to
name
make
of the
sure
story? How a Grinch Stole Christmas.
you're gonna make
No,
sure
no,
that's
it was,
corrected, right? That
it was
she's
a
being caught up,
personal encounter.
Layla
and you're gonna
trying.
fix it, right?
Well, I will not teach. I will certainly teach Neela better.
Okay, cool. Then we're not gonna have a problem. It was nice to meet you. I'm gonna go now.
Of course, perhaps if Dominus feels better, you may meet him at some point as well.
Is he sick?
He's been feeling ill, yes.
Oh, I can probably fix that.
Man, if only magic could fix that.
Yeah, you see, I'm also like super cool and smart or whatever. Yeah.
Well,
Tell me.
no, it's more of a curse variety.
Oh.
Can it
Oh,
Hey, I played.
what kind of curse?
can it be cleansed by flames?
Gosh. Not now,
Uh,
fuck that.
Fuck
Stop
that
it.
down.
Stop it, inner dialogue. I might accidentally say this out loud at some point.
You'll become your
Uh,
own character soon.
I had
Uh,
canon Maladin is saying this in his best.
In a
that
paladin or
impersonation.
fuck that impersonation.
Maladin is learning ventriloquism, but he doesn't quite understand what it is, so he picks up Pugnat's arm and like flops it around.
No,
and
no,
his mouth
Pugnat.
doesn't-
You can see Pugnat's mouth moving. Maladin is just
Mm.
able to talk over him because it's Pugnat.
You know what? That would be fitting. Yes,
That's so
he doesn't enjoy it. But anyway, what was the question presented?
What kind of curse? From Wolf.
And can it be
Yeah.
cleansed by fire?
Not that part.
That was the question.
Maladin, I'm not even speaking right now.
Maladin, I don't like you.
I didn't say that.
Now Maladin's. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey, Maladin, that's a great idea. I should start using Ronaine as a ventriloquism dummy.
Don't even try it. I will suck you, but I don't think that's important right now.
With which
Lou-
arm, though? That'll depend on how the shot
Lou is the
works.
greatest
Anyway,
man
while-
I've ever met. He's better than
while
me at
this-
everything.
While this secondary conversation is coming, Layla, you seem to have the attention of Charmer, and he says, his mind tends to wander.
Mm.
So we-
Maladin perks up at that.
Yeah, we have one of those.
Hey, that's different. I'm
Wait,
sure. I'm
wait.
sure it's different. It's
Hold
not an
on,
amnesia
no,
thing, is it?
I'm putting my
No,
hand
no, it's,
in Lou's face. Where does his mind like to wander?
well, it first presented itself as homesickness, as we do tend to roam around. But I think since this is the longest we've been in one location, he misses it. But then he started to not act like himself. He's resting upstairs.
I still have my hand in Lou's face, by the way.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna lick it.
Oh god.
Maladin's going to push
You,
it
like-
further into your face so your saliva gets further on your face.
You want me to take a look? Maybe I can do something.
I believe not. I am currently working on a cure.
Ooh, sounds fun.
Indeed, yes. This is a task I've gotten Neela to help me with as well.
You're having
Oh, how does she help?
insert
Neela, how do you
age.
help?
Well, he takes us to the market, and I show him how much I know about plants.
What kind of plants does he ask you about?
Okay, so she doesn't help you. You're teaching her.
Well, she knows more about the plants than I do. I simply know what I can read on a page of a book. It helps to have someone with field knowledge.
Practical. Okay, now I have a question of how Neela has that practical knowledge.
Well, she grew up on a farm. She identified a few that she's seen before, and we kind of go from there. It's a learning experience for both of us. I simply read what's on the page in a book, compare it to the ones she knows and the ones she does not, and see which ones seem to fit the bill.
So carrots, pumpkins, melons, potatoes.
No, more like cloves, mushrooms. That's variety.
Hey, well, if you figure something out, please let me know because I kind of need to know little odd things here and there because I have a lot of odd party members.
Absolutely.
That's not racist, it's
and
true.
well,
I mean, I assumed you were
A
talking about me,
majority of this
so-
party is elf.
Well, you
Yeah.
have pointy ears.
absolutely. I'll tell you what, if you do the same, let me know.
Oh yeah, gosh, what have we faced? We have an amnesiac, a not space guy, the weird cursed arm, oops, all guards, and Pugmat.
Renee looks at you, Lou, and says, she's kind of airing everything out, is she not?
Yeah, she kind of just does this
She does
sometimes.
that. I don't care because it doesn't apply to me. Yeah, we have clones, actually. They're clones.
Yeah, clones.
Intriguing.
We figured out that technology.
Well,
Well, we
I
did.
will continue my study and get back to you.
Okay, well,
Perhaps I will let Neela know in the morning and she can deliver the message to you herself.
maybe I might not be here.
That's kind of
Uh,
the point of having her deliver the message.
Well, we can die at any moment.
He's the mortal coil.
For some of us.
Yes.
Okay,
It
it was nice
looks
meeting
at
you.
the non-elves.
Yes.
Nice day.
As you say that, he does begin to very slowly shut the door.
I'm gonna maintain eye contact as he does.
Okay. I think he gives unwavering eye contact as the door slowly shuts as well.
That was delightful.
And then it is delicately shut, and you hear the sound of a lock.
So, Neela, what plants are good for memory health? For no reason in particular.
I don't remember.
Well, I think you need to take more of whatever herb that would be. Anyways, we should be going.
I'm going to grab
Well, if
Lou and
you-
I'm going to look at him and be like, okay,
Stop grabbing me. Stop.
a
looking
few
down at me.
questions. Hey, how old is Neela again?
I'm
Oh.
9.
You're
She's 9.
9? Okay. I look at Neela when I'm saying that. I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, why does a 9-year-old have practical knowledge for medical uses of plants?
Well, Ithne,
Well,
Ithne cans, but also there's some dangerous ones that grow nearby. So when I first got there, after what happened to my parents, she took me around and let me know what was good and what was bad.
yeah, I mean, she taught me the same stuff. I just, kind of forgot most of it because, I was more into shooting stuff.
She actually told me how to if I were to eat some, how to deal with it, because apparently Lou used to eat random things.
Hey, yeah, I mean,
That doesn't shock me. All right, I don't have to call
That-
CPS. Cool.
yeah.
Who enrolled her here?
Yeah,
Well,
these guys are definitely weird.
No, it seems safe enough. I mean, they're just.
We're in
like-
the middle of a forest in a decrepit house with two just random dudes.
Lou,
They're
they're using
wizards.
her to make
Wizards.
potions.
Wizards are kind of just like this.
Lou, this is dangerous.
I feel like you guys are being homophobic right now.
I don't care that they're gay. I
Well,
care that
when-
they're weird.
And you still
I
haven't
think-
answered me on who's enrolled them.
I'm just
I
homophobic.
think
I
I
wouldn't
think they're more just partners, and I mean
Yeah, partners.
I'm
I-
pretty sure
I-
they're gay.
We are not explaining the birds
found-
and the bees to her.
I found them.
What do you mean you
See,
found
she
them?
found them.
Nope, you hush. What do you mean you found them?
Well, after everything that oh my god, cats.
I thought that.
Well, after-
I
no.
heard the cat, but I thought that was Neela being like, "Oh my god, I did find them
No.
weirdly."
What, my cat?
Well, no, yeah,
No,
I heard one
his.
of them
Yeah.
cry.
Oh,
No, not mine. Mine is,
Oh,
mine is eating.
I normally just assume it's Sax at this point.
No, he is a loaf on my bed. He doesn't really like.
No.
He screams, but he doesn't like angry noise.
My cat screamed for attention.
Yeah, he'll just silently bite me. She says, "Well, after what happened with my parents, I got scared and ran, and I found them, and they kind of told me about magic and how they hate what happened. I think they saw, and then they said they could teach me."
Okay, I take it back. They're fine.
Okay, so
I mean, they're definitely not. But Neela, I'm happy.
how
for you.
did she come? I'm talking to Lou as if Neela's not here. How did your mom get a hold of her?
You can ask Neela. I mean, come on, talk to her. Don't.
How did Lou's
Don't
mom
ask
get a
me.
hold of you?
Well, the boy that made the fountain saw that I was scared, and it was dark, and I was sitting by the fountain, and they were looking for a place for me to stay. And they talked to Bebin, and then Bebin talked to Ithne, and then I was there.
Fair enough. Yeah. Checks out.
They were scared because it was getting dark and there were monsters.
You
In-
are
in the-
precious.
In town?
Yeah,
What kind of monsters?
I don't know, but they said there was like a curfew.
Huh.
Men.
And this was in North Weathermount?
Yeah, and then Gavin the blacksmith, he was walking around and he found me.
Were
Oh, right,
cows.
yeah.
What did
become
you ask?
were cows. They become
Were
blood.
cows.
They become bloodthirsty when the moon comes out. I used to like steak. Now steak likes me.
Oh my god. Were cows? That would be hilarious.
Okay, my questions have been satisfied. I don't have to call Child Protective Services.
Okay.
I'm still concerned about
obviously
the
not.
two hermits. And also the voice in my head that we are going to ignore for now, I guess.
It's entirely up to you guys. I will
I'll-
say we are getting late.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're like
Yes.
30 minutes over.
Yes.
So if we think this is a good place to call it, and then we can converse about what has happened this session throughout the week, or wait until next Friday and come up with a plan.
Next
Next-
Friday?
Or I'm sorry, next Wednesday? No, not
Oh,
next Wednesday either.
Wednesday after next.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. Which gives us ample time to kind of digest everything that has occurred and kind of come up with something.
with more mean things to say to her name.
Yeah.
I can't believe he hasn't witnessed Layla's input on him yet.
But as you guys walk and talk, you guys, I guess, are heading back, or are you guys just kind of sitting and talking, and that's where we'll pick up session? Either
So,
way.
so Neela, what, what did, what did Lou used to eat? Randomly.
Oh no.
And cut.
Scene.
Cinema. But yeah. Decent session.
Oh, good session.
Mm-hmm.
Layla has 2 alcoholic fathers. Beat that.
Yeah.
We haven't asked Leon. Like, you don't know.
Well, to be fair, we have no information on Lou's because he won't tell us. I've asked.
Well, it's kind of a touchy subject.
You think it might be a little touchy, Lou? You think it might be a little touchy?
Well,
I like how we're still saying it like we're in character.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't.
Clearly, you're new to this.
Well, end session.
Oh, goodness.
You guys will get it out of him when you pry it out of his cold dead.
We're just gonna ask for a minute to
Hands.
talk to him.
Cold
Well-
dead grubby hands.
Renee might know. I don't know.
I don't know.
We're gonna ask Lou's mom. We're gonna
Oh,
go
that
straight to
sounds
the
like
source.
a terrible idea.
What are
Hey,
you gonna
Lou's
ask Lou's mom?
Can you tell us about your ex-husband?
So, is he coming back with the milk, or
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Open-
these
open the
Maladin
fridge,
will
there's
be
no
thrown
milk
into
in
the
there.
stew.
I guess that's a good question. Was Ithne married?
They were married, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Lou assumes so.
Okay.
Lou is about to find
If
out.
that's what you want to do,
things.
I had a headcanon for how things went out, but it's
If you want to,
Was
I'd
Lou's
love to
dad
hear
like?
the headcanon.
Was Lou's
At least in
dad
terms
like?
of stuff that I would know.
Was
Okay,
Lou's
I mean,
dad
'cause
like
this was-
400 and his and
No,
the
no,
mom
no. They
like
were,
100?
well, I don't know how old his dad was, but his mom was like close to 200. And she is 200 now. Like over.
So she would be in the 180 range.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a good session. I'm tired. I'm gonna
Oh,
go lay
yep.
down.
Go ahead.
Thank you for hosting. Had fun. Bye bye.
Yep, not a problem.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for sticking around. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next session. Good night, everybody.
Bye.